Good afternoon, everyone. I am doing my comfort cards today. These are a nice little card which was made for me by an old medium, and she gave a few out to people. I think we paid about a tenner for these packs. Hello, Marianne Harris. I'm using my comfort cards today, and these comfort cards are animals, all different things, but they've all got a message with them. So Marianne Harris, let's talk to you, shall we? So Marianne, you've got the first card. And your first card, if you can have a look at it, can you see? It's a dog. And it says, don't dig yourself in. Don't try and bury your head in the sand. Whatever it is, it won't go away. It'll still be there when you come up for air or turn around. Time to face your fears, for when you look at them, they're never quite as bad as you thought. And that is your message for today. So are you fearful for something? Are you afraid of something? But I know as I pick this card up, it is only because I just feel you have to start to believe in yourself again. Don't let others push you too far. It is time for Marianne to find herself again. Marianne, I've got a lady here with you, and this lady, she comes forward. She's wearing she's wearing a blue dress, very much similar to mine. Look, she's wearing a blue dress, and I feel it's either your mum or your grandma. I know when she was on the earth plane, she was always a busy lady, and she would tell you as it was. She was a lady that started to bring herself, the family together. She loved daisies, and the daisies she loved were those big daisies, the white ones that grow on the side of the road. They're called Michaelmas daisies. I know as I look at these flowers, she has them in a little vase, and she would have gone out and picked them herself because she did like those flowers. Maybe you've got to ask the questions about that. But I know the fears, it's like that song, Fears for Souvenirs. You don't need those fears anymore. Look at yourself. See how strong you've come out the other side. I know this lady is very much, she's given me Gloria. She's given me Gloria, and she's given me also Margaret. Hi. I know as she's talking to me, she's very much in part and parcel of your life. And she's saying, stop worrying about what might never happen. I also see as well, as I'm talking to you, that your plate is only half full. And because it's only half full, you're not eating as much as you should do. So you have to start to think about you again. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here with her. And this gentleman, he is either a farmer or he worked in a garden or a garden centre, because I'm seeing him in his old domain. He's looking at everything. And he gives me the name of Edward. He's also given me Bill as well, so they're connected around you. I know as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, just remember, there's no such thing as fears. Fears you can chuck on the back burner. Look for yourself. Find you. All right, sweetheart? And I've just been given a lovely white rose for you. And the white rose is for always. All right, sweetheart? I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Right, sweetheart, can I come to Faye, please? Faye Ennis. Right, Faye. As I said, I'm using my comfort cards. And one of the comfort cards I put on today. So maybe one will get that. Okay, right. You've got the cat. And it is a brindle. And it means new beginnings. Each new day offers a new beginning, new challenges to rise to, new obstacles to climb. Let each be an experience to learn from. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve. You're only limited by your own limitations. And as you can see, Faye, new beginnings are coming around you. Maybe you've been worrying too much, not only about family, but about yourself as well. There is a lot going on in your life, and I know that, sweetheart. But I know, as this is saying here, new beginnings, maybe the new beginnings are because you have got rid of the past and you've started to move forward. I know with you also, you have to get yourself back into the way of your spirituality. I'm shown, as I look at it, I'm shown you sitting in a quiet place with a pack of cards playing patience. By playing patience, you are moving things out of your life. You don't need it anymore. Faye, I have a lady here with you. She gives me Dorothy straight away. And I've also been given Francis as well. So whether this lady's Francis or this lady's Dorothy, I don't know. But she's a small lady. I want to say about 5'3". She was a lady that liked to be outside in her garden. She also loved to do things outside. Maybe she liked to paint. Maybe she liked to draw. But I'm just seeing all this around you. She's saying here, the struggles have gone. Time to find you again. Maybe, Faye, you need to start to believe in yourself again. You said you've got hope you get the consultant this week. I feel you will, and I feel that you have to stand your ground. You've got to speak about your fears. As I said with the other lady, fears. Don't fear for yourself. Just show people that you are stronger than what you think you are. The lady brings you poppies, so I know poppies are important. She also said to say to you, stop struggling, all will be okay. She brings a gentleman in with her by the hand. So it's her husband, I feel. He was a gentleman that kept himself to himself. He liked to be outside, and he liked to be outside with his wife. He's just said Nellie, so I don't know if you understand Nellie. And he's also just given me the name of John. Well, I know your husband's John, but maybe this is another John. And also want to give you Norman as well. You've just got to start to think about yourself a bit more, sweetheart. Time to let go of past and then start with your new beginnings. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Patrick Monaghan, let's choose you a card. Oh, dear me. They don't want to come apart. Here we go. Oh, Patrick, you've got the horse, look. Unconditional love. And that is so bizarre, the way you spoke to me this morning about love and loving your fellow man. No matter what, I'm here for you. And isn't that absolutely beautiful? It's exactly what you said to me this morning. That card has come up like that, unconditional love. Sweetheart, I'm feeling with you that you give so much of yourself, but you've got to give something back to yourself. You give to others, but you need to give to you as well. Sweetheart, I have a gentleman here with you. And the gentleman's got a signet ring on his finger. I don't know whether you've got the signet ring or he was buried with the signet ring. I know that this gentleman is either granddad, dad, or uncle. I feel he was in the war. So I know that he fought in the war. He's saying here about knowing just how far you've come. And he said he's very proud of you. He said the ring was a symbol of life. He also said about buying your lady a ring. Have you been thinking about buying her a ring, a cladder ring? Because I'm just seeing the Irish ring, the Celtic ring. Sweetheart, he's saying to you, although you've struggled, you always know what is best for you and your family. So this is what he's talking about. So he must have been around you when you bought that ring. He said time. Take time. You know what he's talking about. I don't, but he just said take time. As he steps aside, I've got a lady here with you. And this lady is about 5'2". She's got tiny feet. She's wearing a red cardigan. She's showing me making potatoes and cabbage mashed together. And she's doing sausages with this. Yeah, do you understand where she's made you potatoes and cabbage mashed together with sausages? And I feel the sausages either come from the farm or they were specially bought from the butchers. I know with you, Patrick, there has been a time where you wanted so much to bring family back, but you know you can't. But I know at the end of the day, sweetheart, you will find you again. So much love coming to you from the spirit world, sweetheart. And I know that you are ready for the next step. All right, sweetheart. So can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me? Okay. You're welcome, Marianne. Alicia. Is it Alicia? Alicia Turner. Taylor, sorry. Alicia, yeah. Are you still here, Alicia? All right. Can we just find out if everybody's here? Hi, Alicia. I'm waiting to give you the grey cat look. This has let me in. Is there someone who wants to come into your life and spend some time with you? Don't shut them out. Let them in to enjoy, savour and share the warmth of your love. You're a lady that gives so much love out to other people. And you do try your best to help as best as you can. But I just feel at the moment that I need to give you the biggest hug. I feel you need that hug because of the situation that's happening around you. I know that you are strong in the mind, but sometimes you feel you're not strong in the body. So I want to send you that lovely love from the spirit world. I have a gentleman with you. I know this gentleman as he comes forward is dad or granddad. I'm given Brian, Alan, and Albert. I know as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, there is so much going on in your life. And he's saying he stands by you. And I'm hearing that song, Stand By Your Man. But I know this gentleman is either some part of your family that you were very close with. And he just brings you that love that you need. Alicia, there's a lady coming in now. And this lady's got grey hair, glasses. She's standing in the kitchen looking around. I see a clock on the wall that chimes. I feel that this lady loved to cook. She also loved to do things for family. She had a cancer condition before she went to the spirit world. If she didn't have a cancer condition, I'm in the left-hand side. So whatever it was, I felt in the lung area. I'm given Rose, Margaret, and also June. So their names are either family or friends of the lady I have with you. She had cats because she's saying about cats. I thought at first she said rats, but I'm sure it was cats. Okay. She said you're suffering a bit with your shoulder, your left shoulder. She's saying that you have to be strong. And she said, watch where the next few months sees a different Alicia. Because I feel something that's happening around you at the moment, you need that direction. So once you take the right direction, you'll get there. Just be yourself, sweetheart. Know at the end of the day, your prayers are being answered. Just take the love that is given and always be positive, because that's what's needed around you, positivity. And I hear the sound of a bell. So either you've been hearing a bell or you know where that comes in. But I know I'm looking at October where things will change around you. Just believe and you'll get there. All right, sweetheart, we'll leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Tracy Kennedy, are you still here? Can you let me know if you're still here? Tracy Kennedy? Good. I'm glad, Alicia. Tracy Kennedy, are you still here? You're welcome, sweetheart. Okay, Tracy, let's pick you a card. That's funny, this one. Look at this cat. Again, it's a brindle. And it says patience. Patience is indeed a virtue. You can't rush time, so become mindful of it. Be observant and use it in a practical, positive, and proactive way. Preparation is the order of the day. There you go, sweetheart. Patience is a virtue. Have you patience? Have you got patience to do what you have to do? Because I have 3 people in the spirit world that are shouting to you, patience, she hasn't got patience. So I'm laughing here. I've got 2 ladies and a gentleman. The first lady is small. I want to say about 5'3". Either your grandma or your mum. I feel that she, when she was on the earth plane, was always busy, busy, busy. I know that she always liked to do things her way. She said, so do you. Tracy, she says, you are always so stubborn. You're very much like your dad in that way. She's saying here about changing your kitchen. Are you changing your kitchen, or are you painting it, or do something in there? Because she just showed me your kitchen. Tracy, I'm given Olive and I'm given Kath. The other lady that's with her, again, is a small lady, but she's a little bit bigger. This lady, I feel she was a worker. I want to say, there you go. The lady you have with her is either a friend or an aunt. I'm given Gladys and Margaret with her. She's saying here that she had something wrong with her breast before she went to the spirit world. The 2 ladies are singing your praises. And I know that you help so many people. You have the lovely listening ear. You're a person that people can talk to and let people know what's going on around them. I know, as these 2 ladies are talking, they said about going out on the razzle. So either you're going out on the razzle or they did. And to go out on the razzle was to go to the damn bingo, which was funny. Sweetheart, they are so, so close with you. And they bring you sunflowers. The sunflowers are for Smile and for September. The gentleman that is with you is either father, brother, or uncle. Army connections. Lots of knowledge. Very stubborn. I want to give you Alan, Paul, and Mark. These people are around you. If it's not family, they're friends of the gentleman I have with you. He's smoking silk cut. I don't know what they are because I don't smoke, but this is what he's telling me is silk cut. He said, right. But this gentleman, as I say, I feel that he either had COPD or he had cancer of the lung. And I'm looking to the right lung. He said, I've also got to give you Peter. All right, sweetheart. Just remember what I've said to you. Patience. Always say to yourself, I will get there, but I'll get there in my own time. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you. Oh, I've just been shouted Dennis. So just remember Dennis. Okay, sweetheart, can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me? Pamela Greterex. How many you've got cows, look? Whispering to one another. And this is share the moment. Sometimes you just have to stop what you're doing and scratch that itch. Maybe it's time to share that moment with someone special. Go on, make their day. And this is what they're saying here. Listen to what others say. Stop struggling by yourself. Maybe ask for help. Maybe ask others to give you that listening ear. I know as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, the lady I have with you is telling you that she's very proud of you. And she said, stop worrying, things will get better. She's saying here, life of plenty, life of love. Always remember that your spirit family are still always around you. The lady with me, Pamela, is Margaret, maybe known as Maggie or Mags. But she comes to bring you a lovely hug. Says you need a hug. Maybe you have a special friend who you can talk to. But if not, talk to your spirit family. As I've said to everybody, get yourself a journal. Speak to the people by pencil. Margaret's a family friend, is she? Did she look after the family in her own way? Sweetheart, I've got a gentleman now and he's given me John and Tom and Brian. They're all connected. And saying about plumber, you need a plumber. So something around you, maybe you need someone to fix a leaking tap. But I know he just said when he was on the earth plane, he was a plumber or he was a master of trades, which he could do. He said to tell you he loved you to pieces. And he said he still does. And he brings you some Werthers. And he said, I know you have a lot going on with you. He's also brought you a packet of polo mints. So this must be a memory for you. And going fishing. But he said just to say to you, things will work out. Just remember, when push comes to a shove, if you've got a friend who you can converse with, then get the helping hand you need. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Bernadette Connolly, please. Ah, well done, girlie. You've got brown horse, vibrant energy. Draw on the cosmic energies to revitalize and recharge your batteries. How many times have I told you that? You've got to get back on the saddle because you fell off the wayside. It's time for you to start to move forward on your pathway. I'm seeing the wind blowing really hard. It's like the trees are just whistling. And I feel that you hear the spirit through their whistling. Bernadette, there's so much going on in your life at the minute that you just need to take a back seat on whatever happened in the past and move forward. It'll take its toll on you so many times, but you will get there. I have a lady here with you. And this lady with you is either your mum or your grandma. She was a lady that gave a lot of her life to helping others. She's showing me walking into a village, stopping to talk to people, showing people all the ins and outs of things. She said, I had to say to you, stop it, worrying, move forward, find your new beginnings. I am given Alice. I am given Justin. And I'm given also Mary. Gentleman comes, and this gentleman is, say, about 5'10", slim in the body. I feel that he had a lot going for him, but it was his time, it was his exit point. He struggled, but he said the struggles are now over. He's saying here that I had to say to you, let it go. Get on with your life. Show others how strong you are. We had our day. We had our nights. But now it's time to move on. Let's find someone else for you. You feel as though your life ended. And in a way it did. But he's saying now that time is a great healer. And he's saying, I love you. So I'm going to leave that with you, because otherwise I'll end up crying. So I'm leaving that with you, Bernadette. So thank you for working with me. Joanne Downey, you still here? Joanne Downey? You're welcome, Bernadette. Is Joanne Downey still here? If not, I'll go to Tracy Hand. Is Tracy Hand still here? Well, who have I got? Joanne Downey? No? Tracy Hand? Okay. Nobody's coming up. Catherine Johnson? Okay, Catherine. You've got White Horse. Spontaneity. To be so spontaneous, leave the chores and have some fun. Each day do something that makes you smile. Bring the fun back into your life. Happiness makes you smile inside. And that is strange. As I picked that up, I wanted to put the balloons out and start whistling. You've either got an anniversary or a birthday coming soon, or something's happening where you need a bit more fun in your life. I know as I'm feeling as though I'm in a place where I don't need to be, and I need to escape and find me again. It's like I seem to have lost my way a bit. But you will get there, I promise you. Sweetheart, I've got a lady here with you, and this lady's your mum or your grandma. The lady's about 5'5". She loved to bake. She's showing me cakes. She always made her own Christmas cakes and her own Christmas puddings. It always smelled like Christmas from the end of September. She's showing me also mixing soups and doing things, and she's gone out in the garden and she's just picked some vegetables and getting them ready for you. So she was very much a lady that did cook. I feel she left before her time. So there was a lot going on. Oh, and I smell sandalwood. So there's a smell of sandalwood around me. So this lady, oh, it's your mum, is it? She must have loved the scent of sandalwood. She's telling me she was a great cook. I thought she was having me on. She said she loved to forage. She loved to go out and pick crab apples, blackberries. And she always made sure that she had either some jams or she had some preserves ready for Christmas. Catherine, can you cook? Because she's smiling to herself. She said she taught you so much. She said you was the one that would scrape the bowls. And she's smiling. Catherine, she's also given me Kath or Kathy again. And she's given me as well Dorothy, and she's just given me June. She's showing me, but do you bake as well as she did? Because she's smiling. And she just said, I have to give you some lovely daffodils. So March for an anniversary around you. She's also just given me Frida. So you must understand a Frida. She said about Peggy also, as I've got another lady here. And this lady that comes in is either your grandmother or an aunt. She was a lady about 5'3". She always wore dresses. She also wore long cardigans. Ah, she said March, so the daffodils. Yeah, that makes sense. But the lady with you, the other lady, is your aunt, is it? I thought she felt close. Sweetheart, your aunt is saying you have to stick with your guns and always go with your gut feeling. Don't let anybody else put you off. Find the true Catherine, the true spirit. And she brings you a pink rose. And she's saying that's for family. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Right, anybody else we've got here? Can I come to YouTube Queen, please? YouTube Queen. Hello, YouTube Queen. YouTube Queen, you've got connections. Look at the spider web. But this is what connection's about, look. It's the way you connect things to one step to the next. Because when you look at that beautiful, beautiful web, it's connecting all things. And it says, today a connection is being made. Maybe it's a word or phrase, or a new person, or a situation to meet. Some connections are strong and others just happen, but they all have a purpose. Nothing happens by chance. They're part of life's lessons. And when I see this, I feel that you have been struggling quite a lot just recently. It's like everything has gone round you and you don't know which way to go. Do you go forward? Do you go back, left, right? You can't go back. You've got to go forward. And this is what you're being told. The connection's being made. It's now time to move forward. Maybe you need a circle that can help you to progress. I'm given the name of Wendy for you. And also I want to give you Joanne. And as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, I have a lady here with you. The lady's wearing glasses. She's sitting up a table. She's peeling potatoes, ready for dinner. She's a lady that likes to do things her own way. She's wearing a pink top, and also I'm seeing her sitting at this table. I am given the names also of Brenda and also of Rose. This lady I feel is either your mum or your grandma. She was a lady that really did believe in spirit, but she just said, I've got to put my hands on my head. Are you suffering from headaches? Because she just said, I've got to send you some healing. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here. The gentleman is your dad or your granddad. He was a gentleman that could be stubborn, but also could be gentle. He's a man and he's given me the names of Peter, and he's also just given you the name of John. YouTube Queen, just remember, your family are always around you. They say never ever stop thinking about them. They're always with you. You're not answering me, so I'm going to say thank you for working with me. Right. Terry Bonacasso, are you still here? Terry Bonacassio. Right, let's pick you a card. The spirit worked through the card, sweetheart. You've got the two Shire ponies, look. And it is contentment. Contentment, like happiness, comes from the inside. Know that you have all you need: food, shelter, warmth, and companionship. As you begin to acknowledge this, feel the warm inner glow begin to spread, to warm your heart so that you can be at peace with yourself. And I feel you need to be at peace with yourself, because sometimes you sit there and you don't let others in. But you have to stand your ground sometimes, but you also have to let others see that you're not a pushover. And you're not a pussycat either, because your claws will come out at the least little provocation. I have with you, sweetheart, a lady that would be your mom or your grandma. She liked to do things her way. She was a lady that gave her all. She was a lady that brought up the children and would always do things for the children. She was a lady, Terry, that was always strong in mind and body. She left before her time. I feel either a stroke condition or an embolism. She said here to say to you, now is the time to let the past go and move forward. She gives me Betty. She gives me Rose or Rosa, and also gives me Margaret or Margot. She said just to say to you, shut the door. You don't need it anymore. Open the new door and find the new beginnings you need. Terry, there's a gentleman now coming in, and this gentleman is either your brother or your uncle. He was a joker. He was a gentleman that gave a lot of laughter in his life. He brings you a crooked nail. I said, why the crooked nail? It's because she needs the crooked nail for her crooked shoes. So I feel he was a joker. Terry, I want to give you the name of John, George, and Albert. And I want to give you a £5 note from him. He says, I have to give you the £5 note because you owed him £5, or he owed you £5. Sweetheart, although he was a joker, he did love you. I know he left before his time, and I feel because he either had an accident or he took his own life. But he said he's in a better place, and he sends you a red rose. So please accept the love that he's given you. And as he tells you, contentment. Be contented with what you've got. All right, sweetheart, I'm leaving that with you. Julie Briers, are you still here? Julie Briers? Okay, sweetheart. I want to give you the moon and lunar shifts. Look at that red moon. It says the moon pulls the oceans and seas. It also pulls upon your emotions. Familiarize yourself with the lunar cycle and the effect it has on you. Perhaps the highs and lows that you keep experiencing are all to do with the moon that watches over us. And yes, Julie, I feel that is the case. You're a lady that has always given your best. You've helped so many people, but sometimes you feel you haven't done enough. But I want to say, yes, you have, Julie. You've helped so many people to find themselves. You've also got a lovely family that keeps you occupied. I know as I'm talking to you, I have a lady here and she gives me Sheila and Shirley. I don't know whether they're sisters, Sheila and Shirley, but I know they're connected around you. Something to do with knowing how far you've come. Illness has not held you back. You know your family is there with you. But now is the time, Julie, to come out and do it fighting. Maybe there's a need for you to join a circle again. But whatever you do, come out fighting. Because I see the gong. And as the gong strikes, I can hear the sounds of spirit coming around you. I have a gentleman with you. And this gentleman, as he comes forward, he gives me Peter and John. He was in the army. He was courageous. He loved his family. He loved gardens. He loved books. And he's just saying to you, you have to trust yourself again. Stop worrying. Get on with it. Do your own thing. Know at the end of the day, whatever's given, it's not taken back, but it helps others. Sweetheart, there's a lot going on in your life at the minute, and you don't know which way to turn. I know there's a lot going on, sweetheart, but you will find yourself, I promise you. Now is the time to make those changes. Look to November where things will change around you. Okay, sweetheart. I will leave that with you, sweetheart. I feel you need a bit more helping hand. So just remember, trust in yourself and you'll get there. All right, love, I'm leaving that with you. Joanne Jones, please. Let's talk to you. Are you still here, Joanne Jones? Joanne, you have got the St. Bernard. Isn't that a lovely dog? And it says, don't rush me. Take time out and don't feel guilty about taking a rest. It's good to take a break between jobs. Make time to enjoy the small things in life. The rewards are amazing. And this is for Joanne Jones. Are you still here? Joanne Jones? You're not talking to me, Joanne. Oh, here you go. As I said, don't rush me. Can you see the card? It said you're in a place now at the moment where you need just to expand your vision a bit more. Show others, Joanne, that you're worth it or you're worthy. The spirit people all around you are not only friends, but the family also. I'm given Victoria. I am given Jackie. And I'm given Pearl. So they're either family or friends. I have a lady with you, and this lady, as she comes forward, she brings you a huge bouquet of daffodils, and they're all different. They've got some with the deep orange, they've got some that are just yellow, and some that are white. And I can see these beautiful daffodils, and they are for March. The lady with me says you're tired. You're tired of not being able to do things your own way. You're also a person that hasn't any patience. But patience comes at its own time. The lady with you, Joanne, she gives me Mary, Joan, and Doreen. I know as she's talking to me, she's saying, stop being so stubborn. Find the true you. Because once you've found the true you, you'll be ready to make the next step, which is forward. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here and he's walking on the beach. And I know this gentleman was either in the Navy or just loved the sea. He's showing me a lovely, lovely storm. And I can see the waves rising. But as he's talking to me, he said, I have to give you Ronnie and I have to give you George. So I know he's either family, father, grandfather, or friend of the family. But he also brings me an old-fashioned motorbike. So I know that he's always around you. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Andrea Rees. You here now? Andrea Rees. You have got grey horse and you've also got the little Shetland. And it says, don't feel small. Don't feel small compared to everything around you. Don't feel that life's problems are too big to cope, where you can't make decisions in your heart. You're big and strong and important. So stop being small. Grow big again. Andrea, you are a lady with high principles, but also you're a lady that sits in the shadows. You have lots to go and do in your life. And I know there's a lot going on with you. I have a lady with you, and this lady, as she comes forward, I want to say she's either your mum or your grandma. She was a lady that loved the same as you, but she was also a lady that sat in the background. I don't know whether someone around her was a bully, but I just know that she needed to get back on track. Sweetheart, she gives me Betty, Sheila, and Margaret, family or friends. I know as she's talking to me, she just wanted to say to you, the struggle has stopped. It's time to move forward. When push comes to a shove, find someone that can help you to understand more of what's going on with you. Oh, right, lots going on with you. She was a lady that listened and she had high ideals. Sweetheart, as she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here and he gives me John and David. This is either your dad or your granddad. He was in the forces. He loved his garden. He loved doing things of his own back. He was a gentleman that gave so much of his life to others. I'm also given Jim or Jimmy. And also Zoe, the name Zoe. Friend or family. It never rains, but it pours, I'm being told. And that's how you're feeling at the moment. It never rains, but it pours. But I know at the end of the day, whatever's happened in your life, you will find fulfillment, but only at your own time. I've just been given the most beautiful bouquet of chrysanthemums. And I feel this gentleman grew chrysanthemums. Oh, sweetheart, he is so close with you. So this is dad or granddad. But the chrysanthemums are given to you with love. And the chrysanthemums mean September. They also mean providence. And they also mean patience. So maybe that is what you need. But you have to start to think about yourself a bit more, Andrea. Say to yourself, I need a mentor or somebody I can talk it through with. Because if you can talk everything through, then you'll get the answers. But it's saying here, it never rains, but it pours. But you will get the answers you need. I hope that makes sense to you, Andrea, because there's a lot going on in your life, and some of the stuff that you've had to go through is not always part and parcel of everything that's gone wrong. So, sweetheart, I'm going to say thank you for working with me. And can I say to everybody else, I have to go to the hospital now to see my husband. That's why I've changed from 12 till 1. I have to get my lunch, and then my taxi comes at 1:45. So all I'm going to say to you all now is I will be back on Wednesday, 12 till 1. But if my husband's out of hospital, it'll be 4 till 5. So take care, everybody. I hope each and every one have taken a little bit of everybody else's message. So God bless everybody.